I think
College football playoff, man.
we actually might agree on this one.
No, we probably won't because you're fucking all over the place. You're fucking. You change your opinion like a fucking woman
I
changes
didn't
her fucking
change.
mind.
I didn't
You're like
change
a
anything.
woman. You're like the fucking woman that my man says, "Where do you want to go eat?" I don't know. You pick. Chick-fil-A. No. IHOP. No. Denny's. No. Capitol Grill. No. No. That's
Did,
you. You change your
did,
fucking opinion. What
did
is
that
your
just
opinion? What is your opinion? I'm not even. What is your opinion of the CFP?
bullshit? It's a bunch of people that don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't even Rudy. I don't even think they watch games. The commissioner gets on there. He tell us that it got close between Notre Dame and Miami because they got pressured into it, and they told their committee, they told the people to go back and watch the game because they obviously forgot about the games that happened in week 1 of football. How do you have to tell the people, hey, because they got pressured back into it, that y'all have to go watch week 1 of football to see about Notre Dame? Let's be real. Everybody on the outside talked about y'all, and we made it more than it was. But then y'all found a way to fuck Notre Dame and take them out of it when the real team that y'all supposed to take out was Alabama. Notre Dame lost 2 games this year by a total of 4 points.
You sound like
Both
a Notre
team,
Dame backer.
huh?
Like someone backing Notre Dame.
I'm back in Notre Dame.
Who'd
They
they
lost
beat?
they beat USC. They beat a team in the SEC by fucking 40 points that seemed to give everybody else in the SEC a tough time.
Wow. You're
Did
now
they
telling me
not?
that they beat a 2-10 team by 43 points.
And that 2-10 team gave a lot of teams in the SEC a tough time.
That's fabulous.
I'm just going by it.
Two and 10 is 2-10.
The two teams that Notre Dame lost to are in the college playoff.
Mm-hmm. So they have no wins over anyone in the top 15.
So what the two so
I'm asking you to argue a point, man, because I'm not. I think fucking Notre Dame should be in the playoffs. I want you to argue and not sit here and tell me the same
I just
bullshit about you lost 2 games by 4 points. What does that matter?
what you mean? They lost 2 games and then they
So,
won it.
so
They won their next 10. And nobody thought Pittsburgh was terrible. Pittsburgh was just a ranked team the other day, and now all of a sudden, that's an okay win. The USC game was a top 10 team, and people thought they were a top team.
They were never
Top 10, top 10, top 15 team. They had one top 15 team. Top 15.
They weren't even a top 15 team when they played them. What are you talking about?
Because they just lost the week before. But
what?
When they played USC, they just started coming off their losses. But before that, they were a top 15 team, right? A couple weeks before that, right?
You're telling me that.
I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. Yes.
Let's go back and look because at no point was USC a top 15 that I can remember.
So what was the high? What was the highest rank USC got to?
They were ranked. They were at. Let's see. They were. Let's see here.
I'm not out my
I'm looking it up, Nick. I'm looking it up because you just started making statements. So USC, or let's start off from week 1, since apparently we got to go back that far. USC was not even ranked when the season started.
No, they weren't ranked when the season started.
Week 2, still not ranked. Week 3. Still not ranked. Week 4. Still, they were ranked 25th. They're 3-0. Okay. Week 5. Is that when they lost to Illinois? They got up to 21.
They lost Illinois 21, and then they lost Illinois, and they came back and they beat.
Illinois stinks. Yeah, they lost to Illinois, and they got dropped right back out.
And they beat Michigan, and they went to 20.
And Michigan stunk. We all know that.
Michigan was a game away from being in the playoffs.
Yeah, because they beat nobody in their shitty conference. Just because I actually watch it who plays who, unlike the committee who doesn't watch anyone play anyone.
Well, they had to go back and watch it after.
So they beat Michigan, and then immediately the week after they lost to Notre Dame, fell out the rankings. Okay.
And they finished the season at 16.
Yeah, they did. They after losing. So they got up to number 17 in week 14. What were they in week 13? Week 13, they were 15th. So that's the best that they were all year was week 13.
So that's their best win.
That was their best. They were 15th.
That's their best win. And Pittsburgh got to what, 20?
And you know that when they had and I'm just giving you a fact. ESPN posted this. I watched it. ESPN said that when USC was ranked 15th, that their best win was Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
ESPN said that their best win, even though SC was ranked 15th at the time, that their best win was Pitt. So you tell me.
So
I saw USC play. USC wasn't very good.
but they're still 16 at the end of the day.
Who did they beat? Who did USC beat? USC beat Missouri State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, Michigan State. Their big win was Michigan, Nebraska, Northwestern, Iowa, and UCLA. Like they lost every. I mean, Michigan I thought was fucking terrible personally, but you know.
But they turned it around. They turned it around, and they turned it around, and they were, 16 when they played Ohio.
Yeah, and there are people that are ready to fucking crown them as playoff team if they beat Ohio.
Yes, they would. They would have definitely jumped in the playoffs. No, I don't know what they would have did this week. Oh, you know what they would have did? Their coach would still be there right now.
Yeah, of course he would, because he wouldn't have gotten fired for fucking having sex with a white girl.
No, they would have found a way to absolve that.
Like I said, he wouldn't have been fired. He still would have been employed right now. I'm very well aware. So again, tell me.
So my thing with Notre Dame is the teams that they played, even though they weren't world beaters, they beat their ass. It wasn't like it was close games. There was other teams that
there were no close games.
Huh?
There were no close games
that they had. No, only one that was close was. I mean, Notre was Boston College. They didn't demolish Boston College.
Who scored that game?
What, Boston College?
Yeah,
25-10.
Okay. What was Boston College's record?
They were terrible. 2-10.
Yes. And what was the score when there was a minute to go in the third quarter?
Notre Dame was up by 3. Wasn't at that point, or 1?
It was 12-10. It was 12-10 with under a minute to go in the third quarter. They were only up by a touchdown going into the fourth against Boston College. See, that's another clerical error that the Notre Dame fans managed to leave out every time they talk about their blowing everybody out, because they didn't blow out Boston College.
But that's one game.
Nick,
I get what you're saying, but that's
7-7 with Stanford at halftime and was up 20-35-7 ended the third quarter.
But my problem is not with Miami.
Miami stunk.
But my problem is not with Miami. My problem is with the Alabama, who a team that has 3 losses.
Okay,
and you can say 2 of their losses is to 2 teams that's in the playoffs, but you also have to remember that they did have 3 losses, and one of them was to Florida State, who was terrible. Won 5 games this year, not even bowl eligible. The next game is to Georgia, and they lose by 21, not even a close game. So we have to take that into consideration. How come everybody else, when they lose, we could harp on it and dissect their losses, but when Alabama lose, their games don't count. Their game against Florida State don't count. The game against Georgia, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It's a conference championship. It only matters if they win, because if they won, we probably would have ballooned them into a damn bye week. But since they lost and they got their ass blew out and tore out the frame, it don't matter. It don't count. How come they're the only team that games don't count? That's my problem with this shit. How come everybody else games we get dissected? Like you said, game, we have to go back and say against Stanford, it was 7-7. They played Louisville. They lost to Louisville. They lost to SMU. Those are bad losses. But we forget about – they are bad losses, but it could be worse. You could be – huh?
Not bad losses. That's my whole problem. That narrative is flawed. It's not true. It's it's inaccurate.
Yes, because Florida State is a bad loss.
Since when is losing to a 4-1 team when you play them a bad loss?
It's not a bad loss.
So again, they were 4-1. In fact, Louisville on the first CFP was ranked 15th in the country, and they were 7-1. And yet people were still calling that a bad loss at 7-1.
And because y'all lost at home.
Alabama lost at home to Oklahoma. Notre Dame lost at home to Texas A&M. No one knew Texas A&M would go 11-1. By the way, Texas A&M between Notre Dame and between Texas played nobody the rest of the season. Bums. So I dissect this shit a lot more than other people do.
Yes.
And that whole SEC fucking narrative of how great those teams are, Don't tell me who they. Okay, so Tennessee's great because they lost to the 4 best teams on their schedule. No, that means they're not very good.
That mean they lost.
That means they lost 4 times to the only good teams on their schedule, and their other 8 games were against actually bad teams, not teams that were 8-4, but actual bad teams.
So that's my problem with it. Like you cannot.
Miami didn't lose to bad teams. SMU is a good team. Louisville is a good team, and I wonder that if either one of those teams played Notre Dame, would they beat Notre Dame? I believe they could. I think Notre Dame's very good. I think Notre Dame might be a top 6 or 5 team in the country, and I think they belong in the playoffs. How they handled it after the fact?
Oh,
like a bunch of spoiled fucking prima donna bitches, man.
I'll call
embarrassing.
It's hoes.
They're a bunch of bitches in how they've handled it.
And I don't I don't know who to blame. I don't know if you go to players. I don't know if to go to coaches. I don't know if to go to fucking AD. It seems like it's the
AD coach president.
Because
you don't blame players. Players made a decision on emotionally to not play because they were emotional. You don't do that. You tell them they're playing.
And then what about the freshman players? What about the people that you're grooming for the next year? What about all that? The seniors don't have to play. Okay, whatever. Now we're looking at the younger players, and I'm guessing most seniors are gonna want to play. Nobody, Rudy, for the most part, nobody does not want to play the sport. Like if you're a competitor, for the most part. Now things have changed. And they're worried about their draft status and things of that nature. But if you're gonna play if you're gonna play a playoff game, if you're worried about injuries for a playoff game, then what's the difference between a playoff game and a bowl game?
What's the difference between game 1 and game fucking 15?
What's the difference between game 1 and game 15?
Nothing.
And that's
don't even play college football then.
Don't play college football if you're worried about injuries. It happens. Somebody brought it to me, Willis McGahee. I said you bringing up one situation out of a million of players that played in college ball.
That was the national championship.
And shit happens. What do you like? You play a sport, you put your bodies at risk no matter what. Rudy, in the off season, you could go out there and tear your Achilles in the off season. You can tear your ACL in the off season by making the wrong moves just because you're not going at game speed 100% all the time. It may be a lower risk, but it's still a risk that you put yourself at. So when they come out here and you have them finding every reason not to play a game and coming up with this bitch assness shit to do it, and if it's the coaches, that's fucking soft as shit, and it's the AD and the president, that's soft as shit. You're sore losers because everybody was on your side. All you had to do was ride out the wave of everybody being on your side, and now you're trying to make it a point to who? To the committee? They don't give a fuck. You're already out. You're not hurting them right now by not having your players and your team play. Or your fans. What about your fans who care about sports and want to see your players one more game? Because you don't get to see them all the way until end of August next year, early September. I don't know. I didn't like that, Rudy, at all.
So, as I'm trying to understand why this committee thinks people are stupid. Number one, that's the big gripe for me. I know they don't watch football. I've known that forever. Because last year, if you watched football, you knew that the Miami Hurricanes were a top 12 team. Like you knew that they were better than SMU. You knew it, and Miami got left out. And they put Alabama with 3 losses ahead of Miami last year. Actually, in the poll that mattered, because they said last year that if you are here, you will not bounce. Where you are is where you are.
Yes.
And that was the problem off the rip. They put themselves in that position to say, if you're not here, you're out. Nothing will change, which was flawed because last year the complaint was that Miami did not play anybody, didn't beat any ranked opponents, but they had the number 1 offense in America, and every game they played was incredibly competitive. They lost to a team by 4 on the road and by 5 on the road. And one of those teams gave Georgia hell this year. And the other one was 9-3. And again, another 9-3 team in the ACC being called that they're trash because they're in the ACC. You have a system that is designed to make people turn into retards.
Push the SEC bullshit.
The narrative is out of control. Now, do I cry for Notre Dame because Notre Dame has played by their own set of rules forever? I don't cry for Notre Dame. I don't even feel bad for their players. I don't feel bad for their coaches. And their response to it makes me feel less bad.
I feel bad for the players. Man.
I don't feel bad for them because last year, when the Miami Hurricanes did not get in, Miami wouldn't play the bowl game. They played in that Pop-Tarts. Well, they keep. What I think is so stupid is they keep making fun of the bowl game because of its name. That's a sponsor. That's a corporate
Yeah,
sponsor.
they're making money off of it.
Every bowl game has a sponsor. So
It
would it
just
matter
sounds.
if it was? Would
It
it
just
matter
sounds
if it
funny.
was the? Again, it's a sponsor. Go look
I'm,
at the names.
I'm,
Let me
I'm
read,
with you, Rudy. A lot of them.
Let me read you the names of the bowl games. Let me read you the names of the bowl games. We have here the where do we go? We got the Cricket Bowl, Cricket Celebration Bowl. We have the Bucked Up LA Bowl. So you got Energy Drink Bowl. We got the IS4S Salute to Veterans. Well, what the fuck is that? We have the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. We have the 68 Ventures Bowl. We have the Xbox Bowl. So do they all get X? I mean, if I'm Notre Dame, I'm like, yo, I want a free Xbox. I bet they all get free Xboxes for that.
Yeah, of course.
We got the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by Engine. What the fuck is Engine? The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. We have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We got the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of beans. So at the end, the winning coach has beans poured all over him.
Okay.
We have the New Orleans Bowl that apparently doesn't have a sponsor because nobody cares. We have the Scooters Coffee Bowl, Coffee Frisco Bowl. We have the Sheridan Hawaii Bowl, the Game Above Sports Bowl, whatever that means, the Rate Bowl, the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl. FIU's going to that bowl game. The Go Bowling Military Bowl, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl,
that's hot.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl. By the way, the Pop-Tarts Bowl used to be called the Blockbuster Bowl and the Rawlings Bowl and all kinds of other fucking names. Oh, this is a joke. The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Oh, they hot.
The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. The Tax Slayer Bowl. I guess you get free tax services. The Kinder's Texas Bowl. The J-Lab Birmingham Bowl. The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. The Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl. You get free insurance. The Valero Alamo Bowl. So you get a lifetime of free gasoline. The Relia Quest Bowl. I don't know what that is. The Tony the Target Sun Bowl. So you get free cereal. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. So you get a lot of fucking, Cheez-Its. The SRS Distribution Bowl, the Las Vegas Bowl, the Lockheed Martin Arm. Do I get guns for being in that bowl game? Do I get machine guns, Uzis, fighter jets, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, where you see people get dunked in mayo, the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl. Like, these are the bowl games. And you're sitting here focused on the name of the bowl and not the fact that you're going to play BYU, who's a good team, that whether you played or not, you could go out there and show people who you are. You chose not to. That's cool. I don't feel sorry for you. You know who's playing the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl? Michigan versus Texas. That's a game I'd watch.
That's a game I'll watch.
Even though I know half those guys won't be on the field, but I'm sure Arch Manning will play. He's the quarterback. Like, I'd watch that game. I'd want to see, who's coaching Michigan's team. It might be a new head coach by that point. That type of reaction to me is just the typical reaction that you have from children. So if the kids, they're not kids, they're multimillionaires largely. If there's the ones having a meeting saying we're not going to play, well, I'm not giving you the option. You're not having the option. If you're going to fucking not play, then you might as well transfer the fuck out.
Get off my team.
Get off my team. You don't need to be on my team because I'm not teaching you how to be men.
Nope.
We're teaching. Part of this is about becoming a man. And you sitting here saying, I'm not going to play because my feelings got hurt. Well, my feelings got hurt last year, and Miami went and they played. Cam Ward played a half. Restrepo didn't play at all. And we had a lead. And when Cam Ward set the second half, we blew the lead. And we
gave us a half.
And we still scored 41 points. So that's why I said we had the best offense in America. We could have played with anybody. But again, they did their little thing of we lost their last 2 of 3, but that's not what the rules are. The rules have been forever. You put everything, it doesn't matter when you lose, but they keep forgetting that. And they use stuff like, well, Miami lost mid-season. Well, at that point, Miami still had the number 2 or number 1, number 2, or number 3 best resume in the country. What you need to do is dump your stupid rankings show, dump it, and just make the decision at the end of the year.
What did BYU losing have to do with them getting Notre Dame and they now all of a sudden now they're closer? How come they always wasn't close? What did BYU losing?
It's that they use, and I said it over again, they use the AP rankings as their baseline. So when you see their AP votes them at 18 because of them losing 2 of 3, And the justification is that Miami's played 2 terrible teams when we know they're not terrible. I mean, I know they're not terrible. And yeah, did SMU have a bad loss against Cal and a bad loss against Baylor? Yeah, it's college football. I think Alabama's loss to Florida State's worse than all those losses,
All
and
of
it's
them.
given. I mean, at the end of the day, you're talking about you beat a 2-10. You lost to a 2-10 team because your rankings and your expectations are built on last season, not this season, because you have no idea what they have this year.
What
Because
they,
every team is different this year because they constantly keep replacing them all. So if you don't know who the hell's on that team, you don't know what's what. How can you rank people? I keep saying don't rank anybody until week 6. But beyond that, you use those rankings, and Miami's at 18. They want to expect that Miami's going to fall off the face of the earth, as they probably expected. They didn't, and now they're trying to save face and fix it. And instead of just fixing it immediately or never fucking doing it at all and saying, yo, they beat look at who the hell Notre Dame beat to get back to number 10.
it wasn't. It wasn't. It's not that impressive, but they did.
They beat nobody, Nick. They beat 3 2-10 teams in 6 wins to get from number 24 to number 10. That's who they beat. 3 2-10 teams.
So then
terrible teams.
So what's the case of Alabama not being in front of them? Then it's just they didn't beat anybody.
It's a rig job. It's all bullshit. Like, we can't even sit here with a straight face and tell somebody, like, we were so very impressed with Alabama being up 17-0 against Auburn in a very tough rivalry game. They're 5-6, motherfucker. Stop it. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. And you trying to spin this shit to me and tell me that they were up 17-0. Well, they blew the whole goddamn lead. They were tied.
Auburn had the ball a couple times.
And Auburn had the ball to try to tie it again at the end before so we're going to give all this kudos for a fumble happening. Like, what are you talking about?
Or win the game.
I would have gone for the win. Yeah, we have 27-26. I would have gone for 2. And I would have had no problem with Auburn doing that. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch. It's like, I watch football. They're not watching football. The fact that he sits here and says, I told everyone, go back and watch the Notre Dame Miami game.
That's the part.
You hadn't watched it? So you never watched it. Watched it.
No, because BYU lost and it got closer now.
But again, that should have been done with before. Do you think BYU's better than Miami? Fuck no. I know who BYU played. I know who they beat and who they didn't beat. They beat a bunch of nobodies. Utah's their best win. They damn near lost to Colorado. But Miami has a 42-7 win over Stanford. It's like, oh my God, they were terrible. Well, BYU beat Colorado 24-21. And Colorado stunk. So I don't want to hear it. I think BYU is gonna. I think BYU would have got dusted by Notre Dame. Personally, I think they would have done. Now, if Jeremiah Love doesn't play, if this guy, but CJ Carr would play. He's your starting quarterback.
No,
he's a sophomore next year. He's gonna play. If he doesn't play, then I gotta look at who my quarterback's gonna be because you're not made for my team then. Because there's no way in the world that you're the leader of my team, and you're deciding, well, I'm not going to play. Well, then you can go find another school. And that's another problem that they have was they keep allowing these college players to dictate what they do. Your job as an adult is to lead people in the right direction. Say, no, this is not how we operate. This is not how we roll. It's disappointing, but we're going to go out there and we're going to go win our 11th game.
Should they do away with conference championships?
Fuck yeah. They're useless. They're useless. If they're not a data point, they're useless. What's the point? For that, for that, I wouldn't even use freaking conference records. How can you use conference records when no one plays nobody?
Mm-hmm.
You might as well use the freaking rankings to determine who your conference champion is. Because realistically, who the hell was playing for the conference championship? Georgia and Bama. Yes, Alabama beat Georgia earlier this year. Great. They're the best win of the year. Dude, when they beat Georgia, Georgia was scuffling, man.
Yeah, they weren't
Georgia
the same
was
team.
scuffling. They
weren't the same team.
They were struggling to beat the G5 schools. Like they weren't good, so they beat them. Congratulations. And then you lost to Oklahoma at home, which is really what threw the whole thing into a mess. Because if they had just simply beaten Oklahoma, then guess what?
They're good.
Notre Dame's in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Because Oklahoma wouldn't.
Okay. Yep.
Because Oklahoma would have dropped way the fuck out because they weren't in. They were on the edge, and when they beat Bama, that screwed the whole thing up. Certainly, You have teams that are dropping out, that are opting out, and they're being fined $500,000 for not playing because there's rules in some of these conferences. You don't have adoption, you play.
Yeah,
you play.
This is bringing money into the conference.
You play, man. You're not going to give away freaking millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to our conference
because you're fucking sad.
Because you're sad. Fuck you. But they're independent.
How do you feel about? So next question I got for you. How do you feel about the G5 teams getting in?
I hate it. They all suck. You're not ranked in the top 12. You shouldn't even be in the conversation. I'm sorry. This whole automatic qualifier thing is dumb. This is another example of our DEI of life where everyone got to get a chance. No, the fuck they don't. They're not good enough. James Madison celebrated beating a Washington State 24-21 on their home field. Like, I don't care.
I don't like
James
it, but
James Madison beat a 1-11 team 14-7. I don't care. Like, you suck.
I don't like it, but I do like them having a chance. You gave him one of those.
Go undefeated, be top 12. There's your chance. Go undefeated, be top 12, or be Boise State, who's been good for 20 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at Boise State. Boise State's been good for 20 years.
Good.
There's no doubt, and their only loss last year was Oregon by 3 on a last-second field goal at Oregon. Otherwise, they're 12-1 and kicked ass. And they had a Heisman candidate on their team. And they were ranked in the top 10. So they got that damn automatic thing, which put them in the top 4 seed situation. They changed that, thankfully. But this all goes back to they should have had a 16-team playoff from jump. Should have always been 16. This 12-team thing, bye weeks is dumb.
Bye week.
Why bye weeks?
Because I earned it. I'm a top 14.
Fuck that. You don't get bye weeks in college basketball. There's no buys in college basketball. None.
But this is not college basketball. But
again,
we're not in college basketball.
This isn't the NFL. What do you need to buy for? 16. No one else gets buys in any other fucking level of college football.
Why? Reward a team for being a top team.
Why? 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, 3 versus 14. It's very fucking simple.
Be happy that we allowed these other 8 teams in the fucking party because we could have just kept it at 4.
Well, so you want to know what changed all of it? Was the bullshit when they dropped Florida State undefeated out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
The quarterback got hurt. And if you look at actually what happened in that whole playoff, you go back to it, you know what happened? You know what actually happened was that Georgia was ranked number 1 in the country and went from 1 to 6 because Bama beat them. And Bama went from 8 to 4. And that game was 27-24, not 28-7. So this fucking crap about how Bama doesn't move. And they're the only team in the last 3 years of the CFP to be a conference champion. I'm sorry, be in the conference championship, lose and not drop even one spot. So they're the only one justified because they played a schedule that was supposedly good and teams that were ranked. They got the best win of the year. Well, I think the best win of the year technically should belong to Ohio State because they beat the number 1 team in the country when they beat them. Or then I also think that the best win of the year actually belongs to Indiana because they just beat the number 1 team in the country, 13-10 in the Big Ten championship on a neutral field. So you justifying that Alabama beating Georgia is the best win of the season? You should have gone back and watched how Georgia was playing at the time. You would understand it, but they're not you, but them. They don't watch, so they don't know. Looking at this shit right here, let me tell you who Alabama played, since people keep on forgetting who Alabama played. They beat Georgia. Congratulations.
Vanderbilt.
They were the 5th ranked SEC team in the rankings. 5th. You didn't need a 5th SEC team in the playoffs.
No.
And I'm tired of hearing this. Well, they were the number 1 seed in the SEC. Yes, great. They beat Vanderbilt. That's a good win. They beat Georgia. Good win. They lost to Florida State. They beat Louisiana Monroe. They beat Wisconsin. They beat Tennessee. They damn near lost to South Carolina because I watched that game. They were down by 6 with like 7 minutes to go. They beat LSU 20-9. LSU stinks. They lose to Oklahoma. They beat Eastern Illinois and they beat Auburn by 7. Like, this is not a top fucking 10 team.
No,
this is not a top 10 team on any planet. And then they get crushed. So they literally lost 2 of their last 3 games and looked fucking horrendous in the win.
And the other wins, LSU, Auburn.
We can say this. They were I'm not counting Eastern Illinois. They were 3-2 in their last 5. They damn near lost to South Carolina. They damn near lost to Auburn. They got past LSU. They lost to Oklahoma and they got crushed by Georgia. You're telling me that's a top 10 team in the country? And that's what you use to justify pushing them past Notre Dame, who won by 29 points in their game? And then you want people to believe that and sit here and eat that shit. You're 1 seed. Okay, I don't care because you ain't. It just worked out that way. Good for you. It worked out that way for you. But yet you were ranked by the voters and the CFP as the 5th best team in the conference for weeks. That's what they viewed you as.
For most of you.
And realistically, you still have the worst loss of anybody in the top 10, top 15. The worst loss.
And we keep forgetting that one.
Or the worst.
It don't count. It don't count. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
And again, they will make excuses for it, and that is the biggest problem to me that exists within the playoff system. Look, if we're talking about 1 through 16, I know you say people are still going to complain about being number 17, 18. I know you say that. You know what? At that point, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if it's Miami. I don't even care. Like if you're number 17, Miami, fuck off. Bye.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. And that's what people don't get. I stand on business on this shit. If Miami's ranked number 17 or number 18, they're there because they've got 3 losses. They got 3 losses. There's no 10-2 team ranked number fucking 18.
18, no.
There are no 10-2s in the Power 4 ranked at 10-2 ranked 17th and 18th.
So 16 teams, you have to win what? 3 games? 16, 8, 4, 2, 4 games.
They win 4 to win the championship.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking games.
Why? That's awesome. That's football.
For fans, yeah.
Why is that a lot of games? That's what they've been doing Division 1 AA for fucking forever. Why is it different? Why is it different? Why do we have a system? Look, you want to go back and do it 80 style? We all just go have bowl affiliations, and then realistically, if you're in the top fucking 6, you got a chance to win a national championship. Because if the games roll out the right way and Team A loses to Team B and Team C beats Team D, and you could be the Miami Hurricanes in 1983 and win the national championship going in ranked number 4 and end up number 1 because 1, 2, and 3 all lost.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have a real playoff.
Play it out.
I'd rather have a real playoff system and dump all the other bowls. Just dump the bowls. Screw the bowls. Get rid of the bowls. They're irrelevant. If they're so irrelevant, dump them. You don't need them. But that's really all that ESPN puts on TV for a month. This Alabama thing.
Bowl games are terrible.
This Alabama thing to me is at a point where it's so in your face bad. Last year, Alabama lost 24-3 to Oklahoma. 24-3 to Oklahoma. And that was their 3rd loss. They went to 8-3. And somehow beating Auburn got them ranked back up into the top 12.
Intense rivalry game.
I mean, and that Auburn team last year, just for your knowledge, was 5-7.
Same record.
Same fucking record. But we're sitting here talking about how Auburn. I mean, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That's the only team. That's the only team that losses don't matter.
You know who Auburn beat this year? Baylor, Ball State, South Alabama, Arkansas, and Mercer. That's who they beat this year.
So we'll give them Baylor.
Baylor stunk. SMU lost to Baylor.
But I will give them Baylor.
SMU lost to Baylor.
But I'll give them Baylor. I'm going to give them Baylor. I'm not giving what? They beat Arkansas and they beat
Ball State, South Alabama, and Mercer. Those are their wins.
So they got 2 wins this year.
They got 2 Power 4 wins. 3 G5 wins. Hell, South Alabama, I don't even know Mercer is a G5. They might be a fucking Division 1 AA. So this is what we got, and that's what you're telling me is a good team that whoever.
Intense rivalry game.
I don't want to hear it. Now, mind you, you go look at their losses. They lost to Oklahoma by 7, to A&M by 6, to Georgia by 10, to Missouri by 6.
It wasn't like they got
to Vanderbilt by 7. They also lost 10-3 to Kentucky. So they lost a whole bunch of close games. You know what that tells me? They're not good.
Best 5-win team in the
They're not good. They're not good. It means you don't know how to win games. That means when it comes down to it, you fucking choked.
Again and again.
You choked over and over. In fact, we can look at it. They were winning 17-16 against OU with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah,
they lost.
Can't find a way to win.
They lost. They against A&M. I watched that game. They were in that game. It was 13-10 A&M. Hell, it was 16-10 with 2:42 to go. Auburn had the ball. Chance to win. Failed. Georgia. They were tied 10-10 in the third quarter. And Georgia scored with 1:53 to go to make it 20-10. So you had literally an entire quarter to try to tie the game or take the lead. Failed. Missouri, you lost in double overtime. You led that game 17-10 in the fourth. They tied you up in the fourth. You lost in double overtime. And then you got Vanderbilt. You lost 45-38 in overtime. That game you led 20-10. You led 30-24. You tied it up at 38 with 5.5 to go and lost in overtime. So you found ways to lose. You're good at finding ways to lose. Look, that's not. I don't want to hear that's a good team. They're trash. I can go through this entire SEC fucking shit and dissect all of it.
I think it's overrated. Also, I mean,
these are Texas A&M's win. University of Texas San Antonio, Utah State, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, South Carolina, Samford, and Notre Dame.
You feel good. You feel good about this game.
Miami's going to crush them.
You feel good about this game.
Miami is going to annihilate them.
They have to, though. They have no choice.
Miami is going to annihilate them. If
they have to, though.
Annihilate them, there's a problem.
They better.
They better. No, they better, because this team, do not tell me that this is a good
team. They cannot allow the SEC to win that game. They cannot.
If you only win one game, you got to win this one.
You have to win that game.
Win this game.
You have to make it make sense. You have to make.
I don't want to lose to Ohio State, but this one you got to win.
And that's the team you should want. You should want a team in the SEC. You don't want JMU. You don't want who was the other team they got in North Texas? What's the Tulane. You don't want those two teams. You want to make a fucking statement. And I'm sorry for cussing today. Rudy got me going with the Shador shit.
I'm not crying, cuz.
You got me going. But you got to make a statement against Texas A&M this game. You cannot play around. No half-ass. It can't be a 1-point win. Now, at the end of the day, you'll take the win.
I'll take the win. A win is a win.
You take the win.
This is finally the time where just winning matters. But yes, Miami should crush this team.
It need a statement. You have to win by 2 touchdowns.
Miami needs to crush this team. This I don't care where you're playing. Now I don't understand the 11 a.m. start. How you put this as the noon game Eastern time? It's 11 a.m. in Texas, and you have those other two games as the 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the and who the fuck's? I mean, I'm not watching that trash at fucking night. Are you crazy? No way.
You gotta watch the first quarter just to see if it's a possibility of
if we can go out that night, we're going out that night, because I have not been able to go out for quite some time. And if we can go out, we'll go out. If I can't go out because my father-in-law is working, therefore I can't go out. But if I can go out, I'm not going to be at home. I'm not going to be at home. I ain't gone out in a while. Like my wife ain't gone out in a good minute. So
how was New York?
So I've been exhausted. Dude, I fucking left at 5 o'clock. I left my house at 5:15.
Where do you go to eat?
I ain't going. I got a hot dog at a hot dog stand, bro. She went for a job interview.
I know, but y'all didn't go out for nighttime for dinner.
Nighttime, we had a flight at 7:15. We got back in the cab and went back to the airport. It took an hour to get to the airport. I wasn't playing with that. I'm not gonna miss my flight by any. I'm not gonna have any. We ate at the airport. We ate pizza at the airport.
Okay.
No, she had her job. We got there at just before 10 in the morning. Flight was at 7. Got there just before 10. She had to do her makeup in the damn airport bathroom. And then we took a cab to Manhattan. I swear to God, this cab driver took us the long way, because I know it was way more than it typically costs. $102 for a fucking cab ride to Midtown.
Found him a sucker.
I wasn't a sucker. I knew exactly where we were going. I'm like, where are we going? We're supposed to be going to fucking Manhattan. I know exactly. We're supposed to be taking the tunnel. He took us down the way down. He took us down to the south end. And I'm like, what are you doing?
This way quicker, my brother, quicker.
That shit, like, that was ridiculous. And I knew it. I'm like, where are you going? I'm like, bro. And so it ended up cost. I mean, hell, the ride back was $80, so it was a $20 difference. But then we're sitting in the hotel, and I'm dead sleep. I haven't slept. I'm tired. I'm falling asleep sitting in the chair. And then she goes to lunch, and then I go for a walk, and that's it. I walked for like 2 hours, and I walk back.
You don't sleep on the plane?
I don't sleep well on planes.
Okay.
People kept bumping into me in the fucking aisle. People kept bumping into me, and I was getting really fucking annoyed.
Gotta get that window seat.
Nah, I bought the cheapest tickets up. I bought the cheapest tickets up. I mean, if I didn't have to worry about school today, we would have stayed overnight. But
Yeah.
you know, I don't have anyone to take them to school. I mean, I had to deal with, you know, they stayed at their friend's house, or what have you. The older ones.
Okay.
But no, it was just it was quick. It was chilly. It was like 40 degrees. People in the street like crazy. It's like New York is always crazy to me. I don't know how everyone's out in the street. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. I went to Macy's. It's absolutely packed. Like nobody works here. Clearly.
I'm not a New York fan.
They sell Rolexes in the Macy's in Manhattan. Rolex.
I'm not a New York fan.
I don't know why you're not.
I crossed the bridge to go to New York one time. And
you're a Minnesota fan, huh?
Yep.
Had a shitty ass place I've ever been to.
Had a blast.
Only one place that I've been to is worse than fucking Minneapolis. It's fucking Columbus, Ohio.
Had a blast.
Columbus, Ohio's the worst place ever. Blast. Boring ass fucking place.
Had a blast.
I don't know what you're a blast doing. What did you do in Minneapolis, Nick?
When you're making that type of money, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do at that time and have fun.
Man, your money be gone in a second. Fucking talking about, man. You're not gonna be making $20 million a year, bro.
I was a rookie, man. I'm letting the vets pay for everything.
They make you pay. You're the one that has to go pay for their dinner.
That dinner, yeah, they did hit me over my head for that one, and I wouldn't
have paid shit.
I wasn't a draft pick. You're gonna pay. Nobody does not.
I'm not a draft pick. I don't have no money.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. But mine was lower than the first round and the third rounder and the sixth rounder.
That tells me that football players are scumbags. Y'all scumbags.
Scumbag
shit right there. Because
motherfucker, I ain't gonna be there for long, obviously.
Ain't got no damn money, and you're sitting here asking me to pay this. Why are you fucking buying that much? Like, who the hell goes to a steakhouse and
50,000?
Like, that's retarded.
The bill's 30, 40,000.
That's why these dummies are broke.
Pretty much.
Dumbasses are broke. Bunch of broke morons.
Pretty much.
Fucking idiots. But no, this whole CFP thing, they need to get rid of it, make it 16, get rid of these committee people, and just you're better off just putting a computer system to make the decision. Because if you did, guess what? Some of those teams would not be in that shit.
Let me ask ChatGPT who should have made the top 12.
You know, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have made that shit. I wonder if Texas A&M would have made that shit. You know, they talk about Ole Miss lost their head coach. Well, now he let them the other guys come coach. So now they're so great. We're gonna get a rematch of that game. We're gonna get a rematch of Oklahoma. They could have been smart enough to put Miami at number 9 just to play Oklahoma. We would have absolutely annihilated Oklahoma.
Oh, that'd have been perfect. But no, you get Texas. You want Texas A&M because they were considered one of the top teams for the last 5 weeks.
I don't know why. Again, I don't know why people think they're a top team because I watch games and I watched all these teams. And yes, people keep saying about terrible losses, blase. Well, you got terrible wins, bro. You got terrible wins. Your wins are not impressive. You ain't impressive with your wins. So you can tell me my losses are terrible, but your wins suck.
So ChatGPT got Indiana number 1, Ohio State number 2, Georgia 3, Oregon 4, Texas A&M 5, Notre Dame 6, Texas 7, Ole Miss 8, Alabama 9, UM 10, BYU 11, and Oklahoma 12. They probably got the 12 teams probably sort of right.
I don't want to hear anyone else tell me about if Miami played Notre Dame, they'd have Notre Dame favored. Okay, so what?
Don't matter.
I don't care. They were favored when we played the first time and we beat them. I don't care. If we literally just base it on what Vegas thought of games, then we wouldn't actually play games. There'd be no purpose of playing any football games.
They got the 12. ChatGPT got the 12 teams.
And again, what the hell makes you think Notre Dame is so goddamn good? Please, someone got to explain to me what makes you think Notre Dame is so damn good.
I don't think that I think that they won their games convincingly. They had the one game against Boston College. The alternative is Alabama with 3 losses.
Fine, but that's not who they were comparing us to. They've been comparing Notre Dame to Miami. And that's my problem, Notre Dame fans. That's why all Notre Dame fans can suck my cock. Because those motherfuckers were bitching about Miami for weeks when the team they should have been bitching about was Alabama.
Yes.
They should have been talking about Alabama and really putting themselves against Alabama. And they kept doing it against Miami because they're halfway fucking retarded because they don't understand the basic tenet of sports, which is head-to-head fucking matters. And you lost head-to-head. So everything else, shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter that SMU beat me. It doesn't matter that you lost to Texas A&M because guess what? Texas A&M, you blew it. You had a lead by 6 with a couple minutes to go, and they went 90 fucking yards, and they got a fourth and goal, 11-yard touchdown pass on your field. You blew the extra point. You had a chance to go up 2 touchdowns. You failed to do so. That's on you. Okay, you lost your first 2 games. Anybody else loses their first 2 games, they're not in the top 25.
No.
And then you beat these bum ass teams that you beat to get back to number 10. There's a reason Notre Dame never got past 10 or 9 because they didn't beat nobody to get past that. They beat nobody. If you're sitting here telling me that their best win is USC and their next best win is Pitt, well, guess what? My best win is you, and my next best win is the same team that you beat, and we beat them worse.
Yeah.
And their coach, the Pitt coach, said Miami is better than Notre Dame everywhere. He played them both. He ain't that guy that's gonna be our ACC shield. No, They're better up front everywhere, and everyone knows that Miami's offensive line and defensive lines are both better than Notre Dame's.
And quarterback.
And that's not close. That's not even close to me.
And quarterback.
And that shit ain't close. Carson Beck has been the best quarterback in America the last 4 weeks. And the joke about him is that he throws picks. Well, you want to know what? You go look at the numbers for Marcel Reed. Go look at him. You want to know how many touchdowns he's thrown? 25. You know how many Carson Beck's thrown? 25. You know how many picks Marcel Reed's thrown? 10. You know how many Carson Beck's thrown? 10. Why isn't anyone talking about Marcel Reed choking under pressure? Why isn't anyone questioning that Marcel Reed was down 30-3 against South Carolina? Oh no, they came back and won. It was a 4-8 football team. It's a 4-8 team.
Why are you down?
Why are you down 30-3 in your home field? Because for a half, he was horrendous. Horrendous. You want to know what Mario Cristobal would do if we were down 30-3? He'd run the ball 40 times. He'd run the ball 40 times. Like, give me a break. Like, give me a break. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm so tired of it. It annoys me. Carson Beck, they've chosen to take this narrative with this guy. He's a quarterback. Everybody makes bad throws at times.
Even Shador.
Everybody makes bad throws. Does that make them an interception-prone guy? No. He gets frazzled under pressure. Name me one quarterback who under pressure
enjoys it.
I don't mean pressure like the moment. I mean pressure.
Yes, a D lineman is in your
D line is in your face every fucking play. You name me a quarterback that relishes in having a D lineman's helmet under your chin every play, and I'm gonna tell you that you're a liar because I saw it happen with Patrick Mahomes. And
Tom Brady
like trash. See with Tom Brady, he looked like trash.
Up the A gap.
Yeah, dead. And by the way, you know the center that everyone from Miami's been criticizing? Here's the funny thing. CBS just dropped their AP first team All-American team. They don't have Malachi Tony in their all-purpose. You know who they don't have as well on the first team? They don't have Ruben Bain on there or Akeem Mesidor. And then you know who they have on the first team for Miami? You want to get a laugh at this one?
Who made it for y'all?
Magoa, first team. This is CBS, so there's other ones. There's
okay.
Magoa got his first team, the right tackle.
Okay.
And the center, who Miami fans have been shredding all year, Brockermeyer. He was named first team All-American by CBS. They must have seen that one block where he exploded the guy on that screen pass. That guy was first team All-American. And Miami fans have been crucifying this dude. So you're gonna venture to guess that more than likely, but here's what makes this even more funny. This is what I just don't understand about these teams. Malachi Tony wasn't the first team All ACC all purpose.
That guy
Who
special.
makes these decisions?
Special, bro.
He was first team receiver, but he wasn't first team all purpose.
He's special. He's special.
So Malgoa was named first team in All ACC, but Brockermeyer, who was named first team All American, was not first team All ACC. He wasn't even second team All ACC. He was third team All ACC. I have no understanding for how people make these decisions anymore. Carson Beck was third team All ACC quarterback behind Darian Mensah and Haynes King. You've got to be kidding me.
Haynes King?
You've got to be. Oh my God. Haynes King ain't even a fucking quarterback, bro. Like, oh my God. They have spread the narrative to discredit Carson Beck so much. It's nuts. I've never seen a guy get shit on so badly by everybody.
Yeah, Malachi Tony was 30 yards away from 1,000.
Malachi Tony should be in New York for a Heisman Trophy this weekend.
30 yards away from 1,000.
Like, I'm looking at these teams, it's annoying. It's annoying.
Damn, San Jose State got another receiver lead the league in yards again.
I have no idea. I got no idea. I got no idea anymore. This whole thing, it's just ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. Yeah, they got. I am very confident going in Texas A&M. You got to jump out fast. I saw a stupid video game simulation of the game. If what happened in this video game turns out to happen in the game, first of all, it'll never ever happen. But if it did, it would go down as one of the most epic football games in the history of football, period. You got Texas A&M jumping out 21-0.
Yeah. Miami
tying it at 21. Miami falling behind 38, 34, 35, 31, then 38, 31. Miami ties it at 38. It goes into overtime. Miami takes a 45-38 lead. Miami blows the lead, goes 45 to 38-38 goes to overtime. The A&M scores to make it 45-38 in overtime. Miami ties it first play to go 45 all. Now you're in double overtime. And Miami scores to make it 51-45. But misses the 2-point play. So it's 51-45.
Okay.
Texas A&M scores to make it 51-51. And they go for 2. They fumble, and Miami returns it for a 2-point conversion, going 53-51.
Why can't that happen? Why can't that happen, Rudy?
That's so ridiculous. Like, we got. First of all, Miami get up 51 points and nobody.
That's like Jalen Hurts. He had 2 turnovers in one play the other day. Like,
Miami is not giving up 51 points and nobody. I'm just trying to understand why people are watching this and say, "Oh, it'll be 38-35." Like, you think A&M scoring 38 points on Miami? If they score 38 points on Miami, I will fucking lose my mind. Like, that's not gonna happen. They're not giving up 38 points to nobody. Shit.
Welcome to SEC football.
Please. Marcel Reed, I'm telling you, Marcel Reed's numbers, he's a good player. I'm not saying he's not. He's a good player. Marcel Reed against South Carolina was 22 of 39, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. He's the reason they were losing. He's also the reason they won. But he's the reason that they were losing. Down 30-3 in your home field. I mean, you let me know. And I watched that second half. I was disgusted watching it.
The comeback.
I was disgusted watching it, but it wasn't like and South Carolina offensively just did nothing. It wasn't like that A&M did something. It's like South Carolina. Lenora Sellers has like the football IQ of a fucking retard.
He was
like, he's so bad.
A top 10 draft pick coming into
He's so bad. He's so bad. Every team watches should be thrilled that he's showing this now because he's nothing. He's so bad. You know, and then I'm hearing stuff like, "Oh well, A&M got a better offense." I'm like, "Huh? What?" So Miami got 2 All-Americans on their offensive line, but A&M doesn't. So who's got the better offensive line? I mean, and then they say A&M got a better run game. Yeah, because their quarterback runs the ball. It's not a run game. He's scrambling. He's not run. They're not running the ball with him as if he's a running back. I mean, they might call a running play here and there, but stop it. You know, it
I
wasn't.
just I just hope you won't pull it off. And you know, like I said, I cannot stand y'all, but I'm rooting for y'all, man.
Marcel Reed. If Miami does what it did against Mason Heinschel, and that's you put immense pressure on his ass, I'm not worried. You can't give him time like anything else, but if they do what they've done all year, I'm not concerned. Maybe that's me being arrogant. I got a lot more concern playing other teams than playing them. I got concerns of other things for other teams. Although the Miami Hurricane path to a national championship could very well be the most difficult path, period. A&M, Ohio State, potentially Georgia, and then potentially Oregon or Indiana. Now, the storybook would be Ohio State, Georgia, and Oregon. You beat Mario's team. You beat Carson Beck's team. You beat them motherfuckers that date back to 2002.
You're still holding on to that one, huh? Let it go, man.
I'll never be gone
Let it go.
until my team gives them the pain that they gave me. Shit. And I don't think Ohio State's that good. So I watched that Ohio State Indiana game. That was a terrible football game. That was a terrible game. That was a terrible game. It wasn't a good game. Like I don't disrespect 13-10. I disrespect what the game looked like. It was sloppy. It was trash. It wasn't a good game. 13-10. I can watch 13-10 all day. That 13-10, you watch the kicker miss a 27-yard field goal.
Maybe nobody cared. The game don't count. Was it gonna move them up and down?
They cared.
Just saying. I mean, that game
they cared.
That game didn't have much.
Indiana cared. Ohio State, they cared.
I mean, Indiana has to care. They little bros, little big bro, or little bro.
They all cared. I will never believe that you don't care about losing. If you don't care about losing, you're in the wrong fucking job.